Hello everybody, and you join me for episode 5 of the MotoGP Career Mode, but we're not quite at the beginning of the episode proper yet, as we're taking a look back at my very first victory in the Moto3 class. It was an all-conquering victory at the United States Grand Prix at the Indianapolis circuit, and I'm just coming through the final chicane now to take my glorious victory. It was pretty much once I took my position on the front of the grid, there was no stopping me, and Mahindra wins for the first time this season in Moto3. So whoops about the dismount, 0 to 10 for that, but a 10 out of 10 performance, leaving Quartararo and Denny Kent speechless really, and Gavin Emmett there just reporting on my first victory. And there you go, the celebrations can begin in earnest with the Moto and GP team. So we're now going to begin the episode proper. After that terrific win at stateside, we had another Grand Prix, this time at the Czech Republic. It was a very, very wet race at Brno, and the best I could manage from otherwise pole position was a 5th place result, and that was as good as I was going to get really on a Mahindra. But let's just take a look at the championship standings since that last day in Brno. So you can see the top 4 in the 2 main categories, but here in Moto3, Denny Kent was of course beaten by me, but he remains on course for an easy Moto3 championship. Oliveira is in 2nd place, 65 points back. Quartararo, the man who came 2nd at Indy, is 3rd in the championship, followed by Navarro, Vasquez, Vinales, and then right behind is me. So the battle between Husqvarna and Mahindra heats up, and you wouldn't really expect to see something like that, but there you go. Brad Binder, Karel Hanneke, Alexis Masbu complete the top 10, and down to Livio Loy we have the point scorers. In the Constructors Championship, we've got Honda on 270 points, KTM 201, and then Husqvarna 98 and Mahindra 94, which is terrific to see. And we're going to check out the website, the Tribe of 75, see what Denny Kent had to say. Yeah, he did win the race, credit to him. And there you go, that we have a test session at the Czech Republic circuit before we head to my chosen location for this episode, which is of course the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. So see you there everybody. Will it be another wet race just like it was in real life? You're about to find out. And clear skies dominated the scenes in Silverstone, and with no fears about the conditions, I took an easy pole position ahead of Oliveira, Kent and company. And I'm scrolling down to the bottom of the screen where you can see the lowest riders were 5.5 seconds behind me, and the good weather continued into race day. It's perfect conditions really, 45 degrees track temperature, 26 degrees air temperature, and now I'm yet again about to embark on a pole position run. And here we go, the lights are gone and we are away for MotoGP 3 action, and it's Denny Kent off to the better start behind me, but I'm trying to defend into turn 1, and you can see I've gone a little wide. That's going to break track limit rules, so I get a minor time penalty, but I do retain the lead. And we head now for Maggots and Beckett's, braking for 2nd gear. Denny Kent tries a lunge and he nearly loses his bike. That would have been a terrible moment for the hometown hero, and I nearly make another mistake, but I survive. And now the slightly wider apex for the bikes, heading down the hangar straight. I've got Oliveira behind me now. He's going for the outside line, and the powerful KTM will duly overtake, as will Denny Kent, who also benefits from the slipstream. But now heading down into the next turn, I take a very wide line, braking late and smoothly through the apex, but I do accelerate a little too soon. I'm down to 3rd position, so the rest of the riders will sense a drop of blood in the water, and will try and overtake. Quartararo, for example, was going for that lunge, but it didn't quite pay off. But Denny Kent leads into the new section of the Silverstone track, the arena as I believe it's called. But there you go, you can see the mighty leaders taking a big lead, and now Vasquez is in 4th position on his Leopard bike. That's another shortcut from me. I get half a second total on my penalty list, and Brad Binder from 12th position has taken a fall, and that's a little minor mistake there. Going on the curbs is not ideal under the braking. But now heading into the arena section, we have Oliveira in the lead, and I'm just fending off all comers as best I can. Vasquez continues to hold 4th position. He'd love to get a podium, to boost his team's profile at the British Grand Prix. Of course, Vinales and Navarro also dueling. I need to beat Vinales to give Mahindra third place in Constructors, and Vasquez tries an overtake and it's a success, but I have to get him back in the final turn before the start finish line. One of the hardest in not only car racing but bike racing. You have to get your acceleration spot on or else you're going to go wide and make a mistake. But Vasquez nevertheless has third place, and I have to try and go for the outside line, and we cross the line. I'm now facing the inside, but I've got my data pack, which is good. Braking, little contact made, and I go and exceed track limits for the second time in a row, and that's another time penalty. But Vasquez is clear. He performs the fastest lap of the day after the first lap, and well done to him. He's actually a little loose into Beckett, and I'm through into third place again. So an AI mistake, always pleasurable to see those in a game. It really enhances the involvement, I should say, when you see the AI battling hard. But Vasquez obviously has the superior horsepower, so he's going to overtake me again. But this duel will be bound to continue long into this race, which is of course 5 laps long, given Silverstone is one of the longer tracks on the calendar, after the Saxon Ring one of the shortest. And you can see Vasquez has pulled out a decent gap. He wants to break the track record again. Braking now for the second chicane. There you go, not quite good enough, but Vasquez is still hanging on. He goes a little wide, but that's probably his intention, and we're going to go underneath the DHL sign past the wing, and they're braking now. Oh, that's a mistake, and Endo bouncing off the curbs, and Vasquez is going to pull away here, but I've got Vinales and Navarro to keep me company. No rest for the weary. Braking now for the right-hander, first gear, and again the slowest turn on the course, down to 60 kilometers an hour, and the duel continues for the third place position. But Vasquez has built up a lead of 1.5 seconds, courtesy of my mistake. I got on the curbs again, didn't learn my lesson. Now I got 3 riders to keep me company. 2 of them are Australia Galicia bikes for Mark VDS, and one of them is the Husqvarna team. So I really got to concentrate. Quattarao and all of them are battling away. So now we hit the fast forward button for the first time. So it was an early exciting start, but now I'm just trying to catch Vasquez for third position as best I can, building up a nice lead in the first sector, which was probably my strongest on the track. And then now we head into the arena for the third time, and I've gained a little bit on Vasquez, not too much. Navarro and Vinales continue to duel, and there's another battle there. We've actually going to completely fast track this lap, heading into the final turn now, and getting a little close to the curbs and accelerating out of the turn, and that's gravel too soon on the throttle, and that will allow Vasquez to pull away again. But that was a reasonable enough lap for me. But look at Danny Kent, for example, 2 minutes 12 from him, whereas I could only manage a high 2 minute 13s. Really difficult when the tires go away on you like they will for me now. But thankfully I do take the first turn correctly, and now we're going to fast forward again. And Vasquez, I need to make sure my penalty doesn't affect the result of the race, so I have to maintain my gap to the top 5 and below. But Vasquez is probably too quick for me to catch up, so I won't be on the podium for the second race of running. And unfortunately Antonelli has fallen, so his points dreams are over for this weekend. But now it's time to begin the final lap, crossing the line now, keeping the fast forward button rolling. But Danny Kent and Miguel Oliveira continue to duel. But now heading into sector 2, we will have a little bit of a battle now, but not too much going on. Sector 3 will be coming up soon. Here it is. The wing is nice and glorious today, and the fans are packed ready for the exciting MotoGP action. But Kent and Oliveira are the dominant pair. We haven't seen anything from them in a long time. It's all about Vasquez and myself, but you can sense I have to pull away from the riders behind me. I'm not doing it. There are warning arrows indicating I have to watch out behind me, and that's another mistake. We are going to try and smooth out the gaps. Quattarao has closed the gap to just 0.4 of a second. I will lose positions unless I perform a fantastic final set of turns. Braking now to second gear and first gear as I go wide. Quartararo senses danger, goes for the inside. It doesn't pay off, but I think I've lost the positions anyway. Quartararo, no need to take unnecessary risks, but it's time to finish the final lap. Probably the least exciting race I've had on camera, but it will be a penalty costing me dearly today. But how much? It's time to find out, courtesy of the timing glitch. But you can see the Mark VDS riders were very close behind. So well done to Miguel Oliveira, who takes a tie-break victory, as far as I'm aware, on Danny Kent. Efren Vasquez third, Quartararo fourth. I'm either fifth or sixth. We'll confirm that in a minute. Vinales, Bastianini, Haneca, Masbu, McPhee, Finati, Locatelli, Antonelli and Ono are the point scorers. Thankfully, all 34 riders were able to make it to the finish, but Rodrigo very, very slow for whatever reason. Here's a look at the championship standings. So I am of the opinion that Oliveira gains on Kent. Quartararo third, Vasquez overtakes Navarro for fourth, Vinales sixth, and I'm staying in seventh place ahead of Binder, Haneca, Masbu, Bastianini, McPhee, Locatelli, Antonelli, Finati, Bagnaia and Livio Loy. So the Constructors Championship is as follows: Honda 290 points, KTM 226, Husqvarna 107 and Mahindra on 104. So close between the middle ground teams. I rank up to level 25, which is amazing since I never thought I'd get this far. Some of the MotoGP riders are unlocked, which is nice if I need to play some exhibition races. And you can see in the replay mode in the background, the other riders really put the pressure on. I now nearly have 100,000 fans and nearly 200,000 credits after a fantastic second half of the season, and we'll now head to the final cutscene. It says I'm in sixth place, and I believe it is sixth place, but we'll talk about that more in a moment. But for now, we did a reasonable enough job, and we'll speak again in a moment. After all the excitement, it's time to return to the motorhome, and I've got some contracts to negotiate. As a matter of fact, I intend to stay loyal, but it's always nice to see what kind of teams are interested in you. And we've got the likes of Red Bull, KTM, Alpine Stars, Tasca on the Tech 3 bike in Moto 2, that'll be interesting. The Mark VDS team, and a few other Moto 2 offers, but I'm not interested in taking them right away. I don't see the rush, so I'll gladly turn them down, but I hope they stay interested, because I'd love to go up to Moto 2 in the next season. But for now, it's time to stay in my current team. So let's confirm, and there you go, the game auto saves. Marc Marquez wins in MotoGP. It was Zarco who beat Lowe's and Rabat, and then Oliveira has been granted the victory in Moto 3. That's his first of the season, and yeah, Harman actually gets quote of the week, so I'm happy with that. There you go. The game obviously glitched, so we don't know really if we finished 5th or 6th or not. But there's a look at the updated standings. I believe Danny Kent was beaten fair and square. But let's just actually have a look at the main thingy. Well, it's credited me with 5th, but we'll have to do the maths and see whether or not I came 5th or 6th. I felt I was going to come 6th, but it wasn't to be, as a matter of fact. But there you have it. Another great run on the Mahindra, and there is plenty to look forward to in Season 2. I can probably afford a Moto 2 bike if I absolutely wanted one. So let's just take a look. For example, so Moto 2, that comes for free. Now I'm well away from some of the better bikes, as a matter of fact, but that's probably why you need better sponsor. So my loyalty may not be so assured for too long. But that concludes the latest episode of MotoGP. I hope you enjoyed, and the next episode is definitely going to be the Twin Ring Motegi, one of my favourite tracks in the likes of Gran Turismo and Forza Motorsport. I'd love to race around there on camera. But until next time, stay tuned everybody. The season's nearly over, and hopefully we'll be in Moto 2 in Season 2. Bye for now, everybody.